What is up, you YouTubers? Team Scrubs for the win here. I wanted to show you a deck profile that I ran this weekend, and it's pretty broken and amazing. It's a monster mash, but I put my own tweaks on it, and I feel like it's tier 0. Well, let me show you what it is. We have, of course, the 3 tour guides with the Sangin, and then we got the 3 Gallus, 3 Birdman. These 3 cards together are just amazing. And just to make it even more broken, 3 Werewolves. So basically, this deck, what you want to do is you want to bait out their warnings, and then when they pay their life points, they're going to be 2,000 down 2,000. That's when you go off with Gallus, Birdman, Werewolf, and you beat the crap out of them. Then we have the 2 strikers, just because you have the Werewolves and you want to search them, and you can make your deck a little fast. Like, you can make it smaller when you like set this, but then it dies, but then you search Wolf and you got 1 less card in your deck. But anyway, now for the hand traps, we have 3 Veilers, 2 Maxis, Gores, and 2 Trags. You need this protection because you have no traps or spells in this deck. Veilers are amazing, they're lights, and these guys, I don't even know what to say. You'll see Trag is just like a star in this deck, and I'll show you why soon. Well, you'll see. I don't even need to tell you. Then we got the BLS, the 3 Sorcerers, the Dad, best card in the game by far, and the Caius to get rid of annoying shit that your opponent might have. And the 3 Chaos Sorcerers are always playable. And what you do is you remove your Lila, or you remove your Thunder King or a Sangin to summon them, and then you make a Levier, and then you bring the Lila back and pop the back row, or you bring the Sangin and get the search, and it's just insane. These, so good, so good, so good. Best combo though is playing a D-Fissure deck. You bring Lila back and pop that D-Fissure. Then we got the 2 Cyber Dragons. They're pretty much baiters, and there's also a play where you go, he has a monster on the field, you summon Cyber Dragon, special summon Tour Guide, normal summon Tour Guide, special summon Sangin, bounce the Tour Guide to your hand, special summon Birdman. So now, okay, so then you Synchro Summon, you make Scrap Dragon, and then you pop your Sangin and his card, and you still get your Sangin search and your Tour Guide ready for next turn. Just crazy Cyber Dragon shenanigans, and it's good against a lot of decks too. Then we got the 2 Paratroopers, speed up the process, and then we have the 2 Thunder Kings, because it's the best anti-meta card that you can run in a meta deck. And then we got the 2 Witch of the Black Rose, great first turn, it's a +1. If you have the Veiler and the Trag in your hand, it's just amazing, and you run 3 Veilers, 2 Trags. Or if you have the Maxis, anything basically. And then we got the 2 Lilas to pop that annoying back row, to get the mill, to discard for Trag. Discard, you get a level 4. It's just so playable, and you bring it back with Levier and pop another back row, and then you exceed or you synchro with Witch of the Black Rose. It's just insane. And then the last card of the deck, I'm not sure about. You guys can do whatever you want. What I put in was a DD Warrior Lady. I was going to put in the Turbos, but I don't think it's legal yet. So I just put in a DD Warrior Lady. And let me show you the extra deck. We got 1 Utopia, because you don't need 2 or Roach. Then we got, I should run 2 Levier. I had to, but yesterday I traded mine and some other shit for the tour bus. So I'm just going to call this Armory Arm a Levier. So 1 Utopia, 2 Levier, 1 Leviathan, 1 Zen Mains. The play I love to do is first turn Tour Guide Zen Mains, then they Dark Hole you, and they leave you with this, but they got nothing on their field, and then you just go off, and with the Gallus, that's always an OTK. It doesn't matter. Like, you will get an OTK if you have like Gallus and Birdman, or Gallus and Werewolf, and Gallus and Tour Guide. It doesn't matter. Even Tour Guide, and I don't know, man, it just kills. Anyway, we got the 3 level 5s, Wonder Magician, Hyper Librarian, and Cataster. Great 5 stars. This, you can pop their back row or bait out their back row, and then you go off after that if that's your only choice. I've done that a lot of times. And then you need the Cataster to get rid of anything else like light and whatever. And you need the Librarian to get rid of Cataster if they have it. And then we got one Brio. You do sync for 6 basically every game. But one Brio is enough. You don't need anything else. Because sometimes you want to sync with the Birdman and something else. So the Birdman gets removed. And then you exceed for Olivier and bring the Birdman back. And you synchro again or exceed or go for Trish. Then we got one Arcanite Magician, one Ancient Fairy, and one Black Rose. Well, I don't know how to explain these more than you need these 3. Dark Worlds. Kill Dark Worlds, get the pluses. Then here, just pop the field. You can clean up the field and then you go for game because you have like Gallus just special summons himself from nothing. You don't need a normal summon, or you don't need. It's not like a Warwolf where you need to special summon a monster and then you play him. And then we have 2 8 stars, Scrap Dragon and Stardust, which are basically staple into any deck, and they're just way too good. And then we got the Trish, which does some damage in this deck. And now I'll show you the side deck. And by the way, I didn't have 15 of these sleeves because it came with 50, and they didn't have another pack, so I couldn't buy it. But I'll show you. Okay, so now we got 1DD Warrior Lady. I already have one of the deck. I used to side it out, but I put it in. You want to get rid of the Christia. So if someone plays Christia against you, you're done. That's game. There are no cards in this deck whatsoever that can get rid of Christia. Absolutely no cards. And then, because then you're gonna have the 2DD Warrior Ladies, and then I put 2 Raikos. You gotta think about it. If he plays Christia, that's game. There's nothing you can do. Nothing. Then we got, okay, here. Then we gotta take care of Dark Worlds, so 2 Didikros, because if you remove that Grapha, that's good game, son. Then if your opponent runs a trap-based deck, you got the Jinzo, just in case. Then 1 Kaiko. You can replace him with anything you want. I just put him in there because I didn't know what else to use on my side deck. And then we got the spell removal. We already got the 2 Lilas, remember? And then we got 2 Breakers, 3 MSTs, and a Heavy Storm. If your opponent runs a D-Fissure deck, you will lose unless you get Tour Guide to go off and then make Exceeds, so then your monsters go to the grave and find a way to get your monsters to the grave. But then all you got is the Lilas, so then you need to add these, and then you can just, if he runs D-Fissure decks, you can side out the 2 Troopers, you can side out the 3 Veilers, you can side out the 2 Maxis, because they have to be sent to the grave. I would side out also 1 Witch of the Black Rose and 1 Birdman, but then you can put whatever you want in. So like you can put the 2 Raikos in to get rid of the back row too. And you side out the roses, and you side out the hand traps. And then we got 1 more Cyber Dragon, just because he's way too good, and of course since we run 3 Cyber Dragons, why not run Chimera Attack? Just why the fuck not? Anyway, that's the deck. It's really consistent. I have not drawn 1 bad hand yet. Maybe 1 or twice where I drew like 3 wolves and 1 striker. Which you can still like do shit with that, but I mean it's not that great. And your boss monsters will always get you out of problems, and I mean just try it out. Trust me, just try it out. Anyway, rate, comment, subscribe, please. Subscribe right there. Yeah. Yeah.